man. It means like government stay away, but still, yeah.
And the thing is, Gary Johnson was a fucking lunatic. Rest in peace.
I don't know who that is.
I thought he was the guy that was the Libertarian candidate last time. He was the guy that pretended to have a heart attack over smoking weed. Like someone was like, "Oh, smoking weed can kill you," and in the debate, he like rolled on the ground and pretended to have a heart attack from smoking.
Oh wow!
Because he smoked weed openly.
Yikes.
And it was really funny. And so he's just very eccentric, and I thought that he would have done better than both of them, but no one knows who the fuck Gary Johnson is. So Yang Gang, man. Yang Gang all day. I think Andrew Yang.
Okay, yeah. Absolutely.
Andrew Yang's the future.
I guess, yeah. I don't know if I like him. You like him.
I think standardized universal. So actually, this is a good moment. Let's fuck off on all those two parties for a second. Andrew Yang. Anybody that's upset about standardized income right now, universal standardized income. If you haven't watched the Joe Rogan podcast and hearing those words, if they just made you cringe, I don't mind.
Right.
Joe Rogan's a great guy.
No, I've watched it.
To people.
I've watched it, man. I know the standardized income thing. Yeah.
And so the idea is this. Listen, everyone's like, where's that money going to come from? If you don't know already, we spend so much money on retraining programs for people that are above the age of going back to school. And when I say that, no one is above the age of going back to school. But in our government's eyes, there is an age deemed realistic that's too long for someone to retrain for their whole life. It's about 55 to 65. It's a 2-year program that we typically would put you in if you lose your job. And for an example, let's say you're a truck driver. In the next 10 years, this is an example he specifically uses, trucks will become an automated driving service. That means we'll have more cars on the road that are automated driving vehicles just for transport purposes.
Right.
If that takes away truck drivers' jobs and we're spending at least $1 billion every year in job retraining programs that are failing, you cut that. You reduce the amount of funding you're willing to give to those people individually. You give them $1,000 a month and the general public as well, and instead you cut all those programs. And instead, you let those people decide with income that they already have what they would like to pursue as a career. Because when people make their own decisions with funding, they're often better to succeed. Those programs have a 45 at most, I think, % success rate. So less than half of those people are successful at getting back into the workforce.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
No. Okay, that's the first. I haven't heard that argument for standardized income yet. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Think, off the bat, that's a good chunk of money right there that we could put back into the system. So again, I'm sure someone would be listening that's like, oh, you're wrong about how much it costs. I bet I am. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm a political master, but...
No, that makes sense, dude. That makes sense. Yeah. Like, you think trucks will be, like, in the next, 10 years?
10 years.
Why? Tesla?
A lot of them.
Who's doing it?
We're already headed that direction. If there's a robot we're building that can do it, why would a company pay a person?
I don't know, because... I don't know. I don't know if robots...
It's crazy.
Do you think robots... I think maybe the truck thing, that makes sense, definitely. But, like, robots...
Think about the grocery store, man. The self-checkout. Have you been to a McDonald's recently?
No, man.
I went to a McDonald's 6 months ago, right? And I walked in,
what did you get?
I caused a fucking scene. Let me paint the picture for you. Here I go. It's been a good chunk of time since I had a good old McDouble.
Okay,
Mikey's gonna stroll into McDonald's, slay back a McD's, dude, put her down, and get out of there.
All right.
Open the Golden Arches. I'm walking in. I get a whiff of potatoes. I'm like, oh, that smells like death right there.
Yeah,
I go to walk up to the counter, and a human being, okay, and I use that term loosely here because they barely looked me in the eyes. They could have just been an automated person for all I know.
Right.
They point behind me to a fucking pylon, and I turn around, and I'm like, what, do you want me to go spike a football on that? Like, what do you want? And I see it. It's so slender, and I peer around it. It's a fucking touchscreen menu.
That you have to touch?
Bro,
no fucking way, dude.
Points me without saying words,
right.
And I go to it, and it's a fucking whole touchscreen menu, and I have no idea how to find anything on it.
Right.
I'm looking, it's like food, burgers, chicken, patties, beef, and I'm like, well.
Did she respond when you said, "I just want to double cheat"?
So I click on burgers.
Right. So,
obviously, you need to find the McDonald's word of it. So you're like, Mick what? Like, what am I Mick looking for? Like,
wait,
what?
She wouldn't
I can't
let you
find anything.
Audio describe what you want?
She said we don't do that anymore. Right? And so now at this point, out loud at McDonald's, I'm like, well, can't find a fucking double cheeseburger anywhere.
So I'm going home.
I wish I could just talk to a being to get this done. Because at this point, it's like, can I just get my food for free if I'm going to do all the work? I'll go cook it too.
No, you're right. I didn't know that. I haven't been in a McDonald's in a long time. So they're on the way out.
This is where it really gets spicy for me. You know me. I'm a pretty, let live person.
Sure.
It's hard to really get under my skin, but little things build up. And the fact that there's 30 workers around me who I haven't spoken to about my McDonald's transaction is just, deeply rooted in my skin at this point. So
also, it's a food service business, which you seem to have a real fucking hot temper for, dude. And I get it, dude.
So,
I get it.
At McDonald's, I always... Because you know when you get a fucking drink anywhere, they give you full ice? I don't want a large soda. I want a small soda with light ice. I want a little bit of drink, right? So there's no light ice button. So I'm like, listen, lady, there's no light ice button. Can you just not put ice in my fucking cup? And she's like, yep. Okay. Now there's no sauces out. You know you can get your own sauces? None of that shit.
What McDonald's
So
is
I get my food. I get my food. It comes up over like a God audio speaker. Jesus Christ himself is like number 39.
Yeah.
No one's at the window. I go up there and I'm standing there for the better part of 6 minutes humming a tune in my head.
Yeah.
At this point, my food is already more lukewarm than it should be.
Right.
And this woman's like, what do you need? And I'm like, can I get some ketchup in the house? And she's like, oh, our bad.
Is this what's going on at McDonald's right now?
And that's what's going on, dude. It's touchscreen McDonald's.
Wowzers.
I don't even know.
I haven't been there in so long. No, but now you're making sense. See, I didn't know that. I do understand. How about when you go into a Walmart, there's fucking 40 checkout lines, and you're just trying to get your razors, and there's a million people walking around like putting away fucking canvas cloth or something, but no one there to ring you out. Yeah, that drives me nuts. So, and I always go to self-checkout. Most people don't like self-checkout, but I dig self-checkout because guess what? Sometimes I forget that I have a fucking thing of toilet paper in my cart, and I get to my car, and it's like, sorry, I'm taking this home.
The thing about self-checkout for me is there's a happy medium. Like, I don't want self-checkout at the grocery store. Like, I would really like it if I had someone on the other end of this transaction separating my groceries into a bag. Wally World, I'm trying to get in and out. That's totally fine.
Yeah, I get it.
The grocery store for me, I don't know. It's one of those things where, I want to spin the fake roulette machine and talk to my cashier real quick. I like the grocery store experience. I want you to put my eggs and my meat in a safe bag together. At Walmart, I'm like, I'll fucking dunk some paper towels into that plastic bag and get the fuck out.
Yeah, man, dude. No, I agree. I do think, it depends. If I'm getting produce, I don't want to have to, search the kale button and all that shit. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But even grocery stores now, there is an app. And anytime there's an app and you can do things without human interaction, I would prefer that. So I stayed in. Let me, dude. How about this for an idea? If you want to start a business, I stayed in hotels. When we came back from the Cape, I stayed in hotels 30 days out of a 75-day stint. I stayed 30 days. I blew all of our savings staying in a hotel because I didn't want to stay in Spencer. I just thought it was crazy driving back and forth. So I have fucking Wyndham points, all the shit. And I hated my least favorite thing to do. I was like, what's the point of checking in? You don't have to talk to anybody to check out. Don't have to talk to anybody. So what's the point of checking in? Why isn't there an automated thing? I'm on my phone, booked the thing, right? They send me a Q code and I put it to my door and I'm in. This way here, I don't have to deal with the fucking lady at the front counter or any of that shit.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, dude.
Even if they needed swipes still, do it so there's a pickup bin. Where you put that code into a P.O. box or something.
Right. And if they need background or whatever, they want to know who's there, use your fingerprint or Face ID, whatever it may be. That's a good idea.
You know what? That app could just run background checks itself. Once you're verified on the app, you're verified as a good hotel user.
Mm-hmm. So you book a room. You don't need to check in. You can go right to your room. I think that's a great idea. Because there was times where I'd book a room, and it would be, I'd get out of work. It's almost 1 a.m., and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to go to the front. I just want to go into my room. So, maybe the standardized income. I get it, man. So you're super communist, yeah?
The other day someone was like, what's your favorite dog breed? And I was like, Communist.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, shit. I didn't know he was all for the standardized. Isn't he rich, though, that guy? What's his name?
Dude, I don't know. Andrew Yang. The thing about Yang that's weird for me is I'm very much
he's a young Asian dude.
Weird things affect me. weird things affect me. Like, he has a picture of him being like a goth when he was young. He has like a punk goth phase, and he has like a spike choker on and like windbreaker pants, and just like
so you dig
that says something about him as a person.
Yeah,
like,
all right. And he's Asian, which you love.
I'm not
Asians.
quite sure what it says, besides the fact that he was a goth, but it means to me that at one point he cared more about like smoking cigarettes and being angsty than politics.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Something in him changed.
Right. No,
care.
I get that, because there's a picture of Obama smoking a butt, and I was like, yeah, I dig that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
right.
something human about that, you know?
Right.
Like, Joe Biden, for me, is all creepy fingers.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing
Absolutely,
I see.
dude.
When I see Joe Biden, he's like a thumb from Spy Kids.
Yeah.
You remember?
I do, man.
Yeah,
I do.
Joe Biden's like a thumb from Spy Kids.
Yeah, our options are really bad. I agree. I would definitely agree with that. Let me ask you this, though. So you're into, do you like Asian girls? Are you an Asian, like if you're thumbing through thumbnails, right? Do you skip the Asian automatically, or do you click Asian?
This is super embarrassing. I'm not, I don't mean to make a racial profile here at all. Asian girls don't like me. I don't know what it is. Never have, never will.
No,
I went to a boarding school, like a
that.
private school in high school.
Wilbraham
and I had
Munson.
a wicked big crush on this girl, Preet. Sorry, Preet, if you ever hear that. I had like the biggest crush on her.
Because she was Asian?
No, because she was beautiful. She just happened to be Asian, and she never wanted anything to do with me. There were so many girls that were fucking beautiful, and I don't think any Asian girl ever gave me the time of day. And then I used to work at this place called Johnny's, and there was this really cute girl there. And one time, you know, fucking Johnny. And one time, I jokingly asked her to marry me. I was gonna ask her on a date, but I got down on one knee. I looked pretty good, and I got down on one knee, and
was she Asian?
She flicked me in the nose and was like, "Not a chance, nerd." And I was like,
What? Oh my God,
yeah,
dude!
She flicked me in the nose.
Wait, who was this? Who?
I'm not gonna name
No, I know. Okay, so who's the Asian girl that Rachel was friends with? She's like, God damn it, what's her name?
She was a host there.
Autumn. Autumn.
Wait, Autumn's not Asian.
She's
Autumn's
not?
here?
She has dark hair, though.
Autumn, that was my roommate.
Shut your face. You were not roommates with Autumn.
Yeah, we lived together.
Oh, wow, okay.
Autumn hates me now. We're not very tight. I have no problems with her. You ever listen to this? Shout out. Autumn's great.
Yeah, shout out. No, she's been cool to me too throughout the. She was really
same.
nice. And stuff.
I don't think she's like. I think that it was just living stress. I think that we had our own stress.
Oh, I saw that place. I went in and saw you at that place. You're such a fucking wanderer, dude. Like you.
Well, the thing is, I just saw. I like to think I used to before I had my problems of my own. For a long time, I paid for an apartment in Holyoke just so that Kurt and Derek's problem could be solved. So I had 2 apartments for a long time.
Yeah, shout out to Kurt and Derek. What's up, guys?
Boy.
Yeah. No, for real, shout out to them, though, yeah? Can we get behind that?
Homies in the world,
Okay,
whatever.
right.
No hard feelings to anybody, dude. You know, one of the most important things I've learned about life is the only person you should ever try to be better than is your former self. Dude.
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln quote.
All right, right on. I don't know if that's true, but maybe, possibly.
Yeah. So,
No, but you used to be a living situation guru. Like that was. I felt like you were the leader of a living situation, which was the coolest living situation I had ever. I was like, these kids are fucking cool, man. So when the band broke up, I took it to heart, man. I took it to heart.
Happens.
And then you skyrocketed.
Life is a weird game.
Life is a weird game. And this is what I've seen. I want to talk about you. I don't know if that's appropriate, but this is okay. We don't have to.
That's okay.
But like, this is what happens, man. Like, I feel like when I first met you, you were 14 or something like that. How old were you?
Probably.
You weren't. You were 19, dude. You're maybe 19.
17 to 18.
No.
17 to 19.
Wow.
17 and 19.
Yeah, maybe 19. Maybe not even 19.
Did I date Marge? If I dated Marge, I was 18.
Yeah, you were with Marge at the time.
Yeah. I started dating Marge when I was fucking Jesus Christ.
Dude, oh my God. And
no, you know me. You know
a
me
long
for a
time.
Decade, bro.
Yeah.
Decade.
A long time.
What's up, brother?
You guys, and you guys lived in a very cool, because it was like a tower, like it was like maybe 2 rooms on each floor. It was very fucking strange.
Yeah, above Haymarket.
It was like a Fight Club, weird. It was fucking great though. Yeah. I don't know. Was it above Haymarket? I thought it was on Market Street, maybe? No.
No, it's above Haymarket, and then I lived in a few places. So
that place was bad, dude. And I remember going to the place, and Marge was in your room, and you're in the room with Marge, and I remember you being like, "Yup, it's been a good night. I'm peacing out now," and like whoosh, slowly shut the door. Yeah, and then like, dude, that was.
Oh no, that was, dude. You're talking about I'm messed up. That's back on Hawley Street.
Yeah, man. Or
that's
the original,
Eastern Avenue.
Okay.
In the yellow room. That was
real
the first
dope,
place
though.
I ever lived in NoHo.
Yeah.